y'all, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today and do a little chatty video about stress. It can be too much activity. It can be not enough activity. If you don't see your people, your loved ones during the holidays, that's a stress. If you have too many people to see, that can be a stress. I'm going to tell you some ways that I cope. So I'm just going to jump right into this. Okay, first, start preparing now. Our physical is tied to our mental, so be physically as good as you can be. If you work out, keep working out. If you take vitamins, keep taking your vitamins, because our vitamins have some good de-stressors in them. One of those for me is magnesium. I think the B vitamins are also good for stress, so keep taking your vitamins. Stay stocked in those. Don't abandon all your good habits. Okay, I'm going to say this, and y'all are going to think I'm crazy. If you have a habit that you rely on right now, you drink 5 cups of coffee a day, you're a smoker, you're a vapor, you wear patches, whatever your habit is, we're a week out from Christmas, don't change it. Don't try to quit smoking right now. Don't try to drop off your caffeine right now. And I will tell you where I learned that. When I was in treatment for an eating disorder, those of us who smoked, they would not let us quit smoking. They said, no, you're not changing anything. In fact, I was in treatment with a lady who probably was my age now, maybe in her 40s, and I was 19, and she started smoking because we were friends. We were besties in treatment, and we were there for a month, and I was a smoker at that point, and they said, nope, you're not quitting smoking, and I was like, all right. She started smoking. Mid-40s. She had to be in her mid-40s. But she started smoking. And I remember one night we were sitting out in the hall and our night monitor walked by and she was like, hey, what are you girls doing? And I was like, just smoking a cigarette. This was the 80s. You could still smoke in the building. So I'm smoking out in the hall. It's dark. And the lady said, you don't smoke? And she said, oh, no, yeah, I do. And she said, no, you don't smoke. She had it in her notes. And she said, put the cigarette out. But she let me get... She was so mad. Anyway, my point is, don't change anything. Keep your habits steady right now until right after. Don't do anything to kind of rock your boat right now. Your relatives will thank you. Hey, get your sleep. This is a hard one. I have a real hard time with this. So what I've started doing is I've started taking melatonin in earplugs with me. I take my melatonin. This is the best one I've found. I only take 3 milligrams, nature made. This knocks me out. About an hour before I want to go to bed, I'll take one of these. This also helps with anxiety, I think, because it relaxes you. So if I was real stressed, I might take one of these in the middle of the day and then stay awake, and it just mellows you. And then earplugs, because you don't know what noise is going to be in the house. When I had bad anxiety, it makes you noise sensitive. Sometimes I hear the coffee pot go off with my door closed. So, earplugs. So get your sleep. Your mind's going to be clearer. You're going to be more patient. Not as easily angered if you've got family drama. Just try to get your sleep. Okay, this is a big one. Don't be afraid to say no. The Christmas parties are great. They can get overwhelming. If you've got Christmas parties and friend lunches and you're trying to plan, just realize what your boundaries need to be. So say no to some things if you need to say no. I tend to get a good kind of stress. Like I've got so much to do, positive things with friends and family, that I tend to get overloaded and I've got to take some time for myself and recharge. So if you have too many Christmas parties, pick between them. If you have too many friend lunches, maybe sit some of those out. Don't pack your holidays so full that you can't look around you and enjoy it. Light a candle and just enjoy the season. Maybe do some browsing, window shopping. Just go out and leisurely shop so you're not just so frenetic and trying to get it all in. Leave some time to drink hot chocolate and watch Polar Express. Okay, and then realize that this is temporary. Our emotions are temporary. The stress is temporary. It's fast and furious, but then it will be over. So just realize it's temporary. Our emotions, our stress, our anxiety, all of that is temporary. It's going to get, it's going to be gone in about a week and a day. And then everything will just, kind of stop and get back to normal. Hey, forget being perfect. It's okay if not everything goes perfect. It's okay. In fact, try to see the sense of humor in it, because those are going to be your stories later that you tell. You burn the turkey or the ham, that's going to be a story. Just try to find the sense of humor. If you're one of those people that always feels like you have to be perfect, and your house has to be perfect, and your meals have to be perfect, y'all, I'm around a lot of those. So let me just tell you, my sister-in-law she's kind of become the host house now. She is so fun fun to be around because she kind of embraces her catastrophe. She falls a lot. Those are her funny stories. I mean, she'll just trip in the kitchen, or dinner will be 2 hours late, or she's just so funny and warm and relaxed. And it's one of my favorite places on earth because we laugh all the time at all the stuff that may go wrong. I'm a hot mess waiting to happen. So together, you know, you just find the humor in it. Enough stress everywhere else. So if you're not perfect, just try to laugh it off, and it's okay. And I have a good tip for y'all about if you're the host house. Best tip of my decade. I was having a lot of get-togethers and parties, and I'm not usually the host house, but during the year I have a lot of friends over and stuff. I felt like my house had to be perfect. I think it was my friend Lori that said no. You don't have to have your house clean before the party, because if you think about it, once one family walks into your house, you have people standing. They're bringing their luggage. They're setting it down. They're setting food in your kitchen. So what she told me was you clean after they leave. You clean after they leave, y'all. I mean, they don't notice how clean your house is. And I found that to be true. I've tried it out. It works. Last week I had our company Christmas party at our house. I picked up, I cleaned my guest bathroom. Everybody got here at 7:30. My house was immediately a catastrophe because we've got the food, we've got the people standing around on my mess. I didn't sweep and mop. So they're standing around on my dirty floors. Nobody noticed. And then after they left, then I cleaned my house. It works, y'all. That is the tip of my decade. Thank you, Lori, for all the tips. My lands, I don't know how I got through without her. Hey, something that I do to handle high stress times. This is one of the things that I do that really helps me, and I do this all year long. I take timeouts. I put myself in timeouts. I do this at Christmas gatherings, weddings, and wedding showers. I find a quiet place. It's usually a bathroom. At dinners and stuff, when I don't know if that's ADD or what it is. I tend to get overly stimulated. I will excuse myself or slip off and just go to the restroom. And when I get there, I quiet my mind. I empty my mind. And that sometimes my brain is buzzing. And so when I empty my mind, it feels so relaxing. So if your mind gets real keyed up and overactive, excuse yourself and go just empty your mind. I will just sit there for a couple of minutes. If I can get away with it, sometimes I sit there and I'll empty my mind, and then I'll play on my phone for a minute. And I just get out of the activity for a minute. Anyway, but that is a lifesaver for me. So you might try that. When there's a lull in the day, if you are an exerciser, I rely on that heavily. Go for a walk. Go for a run when people are just kind of, milling around or playing games or whatever, and you need to get away. Yeah, just walk around the block. Just kind of get some fresh air, get out of the house. Offer to run errands for the hostess of the house. Or if you are the hostess of the house, hey y'all, I'll be right back. When I was a smoker, I figured out years later why I relied so heavily on that. Besides the physical addiction, it made me time out. I would go outside and get away from everybody and do it. I would find excuses to go drive around. So it wasn't as much the cigarette as the time out. Take those time outs. If you're real stressed out, take bigger time outs. Where this is from my friend Lori does this. She doesn't have anxiety disorder, but she pampers herself. So what she'll do for her big time out, she goes in a room, closes the door, lights a candle, turns out the lights, and lays down on her bed. Slow the mind down like I do when I go to the bathroom. Sometimes she journals. If she's upset about something, family stress or whatever, get it out. Journal it. Set your timer for 20 minutes. Take a nap. She says any longer than 20 minutes, you'll be more tired than when you went in. So don't go any longer than 20 minutes, but an extended time out, journal, nap, get away from all the noise, and take an extended time out. She said it totally recharges her. When you're stressed and over-socialized, don't self-medicate with too much sugar, a lot of stress eating. And I have to tell you, I did that yesterday. I broke my own rule. I was real stressed yesterday, and you may can see it in my face. I'm swollen this morning because I ate so much because I was a little stressed. So don't medicate yourself with too much sugar. When you're tired, too much caffeine, because we all know that turns on us. You feel better initially, you get that jolt, but then you crash. I try not to, over-medicate with too much food, caffeine. I try to keep my water with me so I can have a coffee, I can have a water. And this kind of fills me up so I don't eat too many sweets. And alcohol. you know, that for me has never really been a temptation. I have vices, but alcohol is not really one of those for me. But, you know, if it is for you, you know, just know your limits with sugar, caffeine, and alcohol. I hope y'all are having a peaceful, joyful holiday season. Take time for yourself. You know, drink some hot chocolate with marshmallows, light a candle, watch some Netflix, you know, take some time out. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, leave comments and questions down below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye.